spot that we just purchased out here in Los Angeles. Beautiful space, man. Beautiful, beautiful space. This is the museum space. We're going to put a lot of good stuff in here. Some of the stuff that you see is not going to be.
Tariq Nasheed is going to make a hidden museum to hide the Boricuas that helped create hip-hop culture. Because there's no way Tariq Nasheed could put Disco King Mario in this museum under the hip-hop section without putting Tex DJ Hollywood. There's just no way. And no disrespect to King Mario, but believe me, I've been on my research. And my brothers that are 68 and 70 know exactly how Disco King Mario got that name, Disco King. And Disco King Mario didn't have his equipment in the early days. He was borrowing equipment. So right now, Tariq doesn't know half of the history of New York City. And he just has a hidden museum to hide the Boricuas that were there. Because like I said, Tex DJ Hollywood was DJing at the same time with Disco King Mario. One of the fathers of Black history in Harlem is a Boricua named Arturo Alfonso Schomburg. When Sesame Street was made, it was made for the Blacks and Boricuas in Harlem and in Spanish Harlem. When the Black Panthers and Young Lords were in the Black Panther movie, notice how a lot of things of the Blacks and the Boricuas go together, like macaroni and cheese and rice and beans. It goes together. I always said it, the foundation of hip-hop is the Black Panthers and the Young Lords. And there's a lot of Cubans and Boricuas like Rafael Hernandez who were doing... Rafael Hernandez was playing 5 instruments in 1906. Before jazz had a name, or even them naming Latin jazz, Rafael Hernandez was doing his work. Rafael Hernandez today is still taught in universities around the world, and in Hunter College, they still play a lot of his stuff. So Tariq keeps on poking the bear, and he's going to find out. He keeps on, like they say, excuse my language, but like they say, keep on fucking around to find out. What he's going to find out is that the Afro-Cubans and the Boricuas were never stripped from none of their instruments. Americans strip your so-called FBA little crew today that y'all call yourself, and African Americans in America, y'all were stripped from your instruments. There's a video on my channel from Nas saying how he appreciates that the Boricuas and the Caribbeans brought the drum to America because he was stripped from his instruments. Nas said this out his mouth. So Tariq is just making a hidden museum to hide the Boricuas. But like I said, you cannot put Disco King Mario without Tex, because they were both part of the Chuck City crew. They both were Black Spades. And Tex, which his name is David Santiago, was also president of the Young Spades. So Tariq doesn't know half of the things that he's speaking about. There's also a video on my channel of Cornbread saying he's not the first graffiti writer, even though all he did was tag his name. He never bombed a train. Tariq, learn about the 5 elements of hip-hop. Learn about the real Roxanne. Learn about Prince Marky D, from rapper to actor to producer to radio personality, making the hottest hits for Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Mark Anthony, J-Lo. Learn the history before flapping those lips, because you know nada, nada. This is New York City style. All the outsiders want to come and rewrite the history, all right? And Boricuas come in every shade. And the dark-skinned Boricuas were there from day one. And I got the receipts. Have a nice day. And these people getting me on my nerves, for real. I'm real dedicated to hip-hop, because hip-hop is not just something you hear and want to be part. Hip-hop, you live it for days. I did hip-hop the whole 80s. I did hip-hop the whole 90s with Flex. 2000s, BBQs, and all these clubs. Come on. Hip-hop is not just... Hip-hop, you live it, you feel it, and you be part of it, and you donate, and you lift up things. Don't just go for the music. You go for the graffiti that is the biggest message. You go for the B-boys, the B-girls. Nobody speaks for the B-girls. Today's Women's Day. Who speaks for the B-girls? Why we didn't have so many MC females in the beginning? Because this world's not fair to women at times either. So come on, let's get this together. And Tariq, I would love to bet you $3,000 that you're wrong about the beginnings of hip-hop culture.